Well, thanks for joining me again. Just a quick whiz through the materials before I start. This is my palette, and I've got ultramarine blue, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. They're all Cotman watercolours. The main brush I use is the large Ron Ranson Hake. This one's starting to get a bit worn now. I'm going to have to buy a new one soon. Always have a bit of tissue ready just in case I need it for blotting, dabbing out clouds or something like that. Water jar, nice lip on it, wipe the brush on, take the excess water off. I use £130 Fabriano Watercolour Paper. It's cold pressed, which is halfway between rough and smooth. Clipped to a piece of plywood by these clips there. Drying on the top of the easel, I have my tea towel. Comes in handy for taking the excess water off the brush. So this first painting, I'm just going to put the paper all over, stop it from crinkling, and it sort of stretches as I paint along. You can do this before you start if you wish. I'm just going to go a bit of red, a bit of yellow. Like that. Bit of red, strong red there. More yellow. Bit more water, it's done a bit dry. There. See, that's green. I didn't clean the brush properly. In fact, I didn't clean the brush at all, really. Blue up there. Some blue down there now at the top. Some strong clouds. A bit of red, a bit of Payne's grey. More water, it's too dry, it's not coming off the brush properly. If your paint's not coming off the brush, you just need a little bit more water just to loosen everything up. Red, Payne's grey. That might be a little bit too dark, but let's see how it goes. A bit more red, a bit of blue, and all sorts of dark clouds going on. Quite a chaotic sky, this one. Not too sure, I have to see how this goes. That just looks a little bit darker than I was hoping for. See how it goes. I'm going to worry too much about it. Let's just pop a few clouds up there just to break up this dark mass. Not to get too crazy with it. Now I'm just going to paper stretch, so I'm just going to pull this flat against the board again, re-clip it. And we'll give that a quick dry. Don't like that at all. So what I'm going to do, clean the brush, take that out. Use the tissue like an eraser. Let's just re-wet that area. And then it's just, actually it's a bit of yellow in the middle, a bit of red, a bit of yellow, and it's down. And then I'm going to, bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey, bit of red. Let's push this in. Jury's still out on this one, I think. I'm just going to stop worrying about the sea for now. Give that a quick try. There's a distant headland, so I want to get that in nice and dark, silhouette against the bright sky. So I've just got a bit of red, bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey. Sort of coming down there, I like that. The land just comes further, closer and closer to us. Bit of blue, bit of black, not black, Payne's grey. And right down in the foreground we've got some bit of grass up, right up the shore. Flicking up. Flicking up the bits of grass here and there. Somewhere over there we've got some. Actually, I'm just going to pull this flat first. I'm going to take my little piece of card, and then it's just to define some of these rocks. So if we just start over there. I need to do this with my left hand because the light's sort of come in from here. So as I'm scraping them, it looks as if the light's hitting them, and then you've got a sort of shadow on the other side. I'm just trying to do it without going too over the top. And we can always paint over what we don't like. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. And then in the sea, few little shadowy areas in the sea. A few ripples on the water. Just experimenting really. That hasn't really added a fat lot to it. One of the problems is, because it's such a warm brush now, I can't even get a proper chisel edge myself. I'm not going to mess about in the sea anymore, I don't think. Maybe a few more rocks there. I'm just going to switch to the little brush. Three little birds flying along the shoreline. I'm just going to put my name in the corner. I'm going to call that one finished. So let's just have a closer look at it, see what it looks close up. I finished painting. Once I dried it, all I've done off camera was just add a few darker tufts of grass here in the foreground. You've seen everything else. Starting with the sky, it was quite a chaotic effort. Mixtures of we got ultramarine and lemon yellow, light red, this sort of orangey glow here. A bit more light red, Payne's grey, ultramarine mixes for these darker clouds up here, and then a bit of tissue work there to create a few white clouds. We've got our birds here flying over. Very dark headland there I put in, just to contrast, maximum contrast against the bright low horizon. And then some of the rocks closer to us, as I've sort of scraped them in, it automatically looks as if the light's sort of catching them, and then you've got shadows behind. That's why I did it left-handed. Imagine the sort of lights coming in this direction. Foreground here, just a mix of lighter greens and then really dark greens here, right closest to us. And then just a few flicks up with the height brush, just to suggest a few grasses here on this little edge. And this next painting, I'm going to use a very limited palette on this one. I'm just going to be using sort of ultramarine, Payne's grey, and then extra touch a bit of lemon yellow for the trees maybe. So let's just see how we get on first. So I'm just going to start off with Payne's grey and ultramarine. Up in this sky area. Payne's grey. Just want to darken this bit a bit more. And then what I'm going to do is a few mountains right in the background. So I'm just going to take my piece of card and just scrape those in, starting on this side there. There's the first one. Got one up there. There's a big one there. Little one below there. And then we've got one there, something like that. He's gonna use a bit of raw sienna in there as well, I think. then a few trees up there. So I'm just going to just lighten that a little bit, just so that the trees stand out there. Just so the trees on this side. So I'll take off what I can. And I'm going to go lemon yellow, Payne's grey, and sort of starting down here. And I'm just flicking off, just create the illusion of trees. Two down there, and a few up there as well. Quick clean of the brush, and then back to blue, Payne's grey, bit of raw sienna. And then just starting to suggest the river coming down. Just hit and miss. Obviously where the paper's not being painted is where the sort of all the rough parts are. All the like sort of rapids, like surf. Just need a bit more land on this right hand side. I'm just going to give it a bit of raw sienna. Grass up there as well. Just doing it on the diagonal there just to suggest off the hillside. We need a few rocks scattered about. A bit more grass first, get a bit of grass on there. I don't want the two banks to be in line with one another, they just don't look right. So I'll bring this one down a bit lower. Also, back to the card and just a few little rocks. Down there as well. Paper's stretched slightly, so I'm just going to refix it here so it's flat against the board. And then I'm going to dig up there. So this water continues to flow down there. Just ultramarine, bit of just a tap of raw sienna, bit of Payne's grey. And then imagine this sort of just a little waterfall down here somewhere. So what I'm going to do, when it gets to about there, you can can imagine the sort of, it just swishes over the edge like that. Just a quick swish like that, and you see where it's unbroken, broken paper, you can see the white of the paper. You see how it looks as if the water's just swishing over the edge. And the more white bits you can leave, the more it's like the water's breaking. I'm just being careful, just to leave plenty of white here. It looks as if the water's just swishing all over the place. And then also, yeah, it's not really working, but I'll leave the rocks, I think. So the water sort of flowing down the river and just over a little waterfall there, and then water gathering down the bottom there. I don't think I'm going to mess about that too much more. Let's stick a little, I'm going to pop some on up there, just having a nose around. So we've got a little red coat. Just dipping into the got some paint stuck on the brush. Dip into the blue. Two little legs in the head. And then I just stick a little dog there as well. Couple of little shadows. And a little bit stronger. I think I'm going to leave that one as it is. I'm just going to stick a little bird up here, flying. Another one. 3 little birds flying around. And finally, stick my name down the corner. So let's see what this one looks like close up. So I finished painting. First thing I noticed, I think I put the paintings in a bit too early because I seem to have filled in a little bit. But not to worry. Still see, obviously the lights are there, it looks like snow catching the tops of them. Remember, I did take out a bit of that mountain side there, just to make it lighter, so the profile of these trees. I could have done these a little bit darker, I think. Same on the other side. And there's the river flows towards. You can see all these unbroken, sort of unpainted bits, all the white areas. Looks like the water's really swishing around. Just like here, looks as if you can see, sort of looks as if it's splashing up against the rocks. Purely by chance. And then you can see like just a quick sweep. It looks as if there's like just a little waterfall, and then again all the white bits of paper looks as if all the water's swishing around, sort of gathering here as it comes over this little edge. few rocks scraped out here with the card on the riverbank. As well on the right hand side of the picture. Little man and his dog admiring the view. And up in the mountain sky we got our little birds. So our final painting of the day. Let's just give this a quick bit of water, not too much, and then just cleaning some of these colours. All you have to do is just go over them like that and they're clean. So I'm going to go raw sienna. There we go, ultramarine with a bit of alizarin crimson. Just mix the alizarin crimson and ultramarine, and then on the bit of light red, lemon yellow. And this is just clean water really, just trying to lighten down a little bit. Let's lighten this as well while we're at it. Watch those bits up there. Alizarin crimson, Payne's grey, touch of ultramarine, and we've got just little few little clouds. Mix all of those colours together. And now I'm going to put in the first bit distant. Actually there's some more even further away. Further mountains right off in the distance, just about there. Alizarin crimson, bit of raw sienna, Payne's grey, and then we've got the mountains there. These ones I've gone really dark now so you can sort of stand out against the ones in front. Payne's grey stands out. Clean the brush. What I want to do is just lighten that a little bit. Paper stretch, so I'm just going to pull that tight so it's flat against the plywood. That water falling off at the bottom. Give that a quick dry. It doesn't have to be bone dry, as long as it's drier than it was. So you can get those strong edges. So I'm just going to go lemon yellow, just a bit of ultramarine, Payne's grey, and then plenty of lemon yellow. It's coming down there. You see how it looks like the mist gathering in those valleys beyond. All the way down to the bottom. Clean the brush, get back to a lighter colour. I'm just going to go lemon yellow, Payne's grey, not Payne's grey, raw sienna. Ultramarine, raw sienna. Do like a little path, so I'm just going to go light red, bit of ultramarine, and then where should we have the path? I think sort of starting up there, and then just swish it round like so. Clean the brush, take the excess off on the tea towel, and then I'm back into lemon yellow, raw sienna, ultramarine, bit of burnt umber down there, back into the lemon yellow, pushing it up to that path, raw sienna, lemon yellow, bit of Payne's grey, really darken it like that. Lemon yellow. Right, now over to the other side. You clean the brush again, just to get back to the lighter colours. Take the excess off on the tea towel. Bit of lemon yellow, bit of raw sienna. I'm just pushing it up to that. Pushing it up to the path. Bit of ultramarine. Burnt umber, maybe a touch of light red as well, look at that. Lemon yellow. I'm going to stick a few rocks by this path just to distinguish it a bit better. I'm just going to go burnt umber, ultramarine, just darken it. Get me a piece of card. Just a few rocks along this path just to help it stand out a bit better. It now looks as if there's a proper route. A bit more over there, and then it just disappears off the edge. So, we're starting to get somewhere now. I've stood back and had a look at it, and this area here don't quite look right to me. So I might just stick a little tree or something there, just to, I don't know, just see what it looks like. See how it goes. I'm just gonna take the little brush, and I'm just gonna go burnt umber, ultramarine, plenty of water. Let's just go down here and stick in a skeleton of a tree. Another one, I'll stick another one in next to it. I have another one on this side, I think. This one's a little bit further away, so I'm going to try and do them a little bit smaller. Let's do another one as well. This one's even further, so that one's smaller still. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of foliage on, not too much, but just enough to try and fill that gap a bit more. So I've just dried the brush, scuffed it up on the tea towel. Let's just go into some lemon yellow, a bit of ultramarine, lemon yellow, a bit of Payne's grey. These colours are just a little bit dry, I should have wet them first before drying the brush. Look any better? I think that looks a little bit better. Back to the little brush, and I'm going to put a little bird, I think. Just flying through that valley, and then finally I'm just going to stick my name in this bottom corner. I'm going to call that one finished. So let's have a closer look at this one. So the finished painting. Sky is quite a mixture, there's quite a few colours in there. We've got sort of raw sienna, a bit of light red as well, ultramarine, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, all going on up in the sky. Clouds there, put in with a Payne's grey, alizarin crimson mix. Lemon, yellow, light red for this sort of orangey glow. And then for the distant mountains and hills, same colours as the sky, just to help push it right back into the distance. All the way along. The mountains there just sort of disappearing into the sky. More Payne's grey here just to put in another layer of mountains. That's going really strong then to contrast against the further ones. Same on this side. Then you can see I've just used a damp clean brush just to try and create the effect of mist here in this valley. And then made sure it was dry, and then put on a really dark edge here, just the profile of this sort of near land here, just to contrast against that mist there in the valley. Didn't realise there was this big empty space there. I didn't really notice that until I stood back and had a look at it, so I decided just to fill that in with some trees. Just put the skeletons in with the rigger brush, and then a bit of dry brushwork to create the foliage. Put in very dry so it doesn't sort of block it in, so you can see through the tree. Vary the colour as much as I could on this hillside. Through the palette with the lemon yellow and the ultramarines. Bit of light red there in the foreground as well, just to change it up a bit. This path that sweeps through and over, past the trees into the valley beyond. Very well, so I scraped out a few stones just to define the path a bit better. Maybe could have had a little figure there, that might have worked. Well, I hope you like these 3 paintings. Thanks for watching as always. Any questions please ask, keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.